game here in Tignavan, a resplendent Tignavan Monbrief, used to call it years ago. It looks fantastic, and we've just finished up with a St. Paul's victory against Gael. Clans missed a lot of chances, but St. Paul's got the goals at the crucial time, which sets them up for basically a long-term objective of forcing a playoff with Mullabone to top the league, or maybe secondly getting a promotion to the next division. With three nice individuals here with us. Michael Austin from Clan Gael. He's very brave. The clans have been beat, so Michael had been with the clans last year, so he's going to have a chat with us. Seamus Heffernan, he's going to give us a neutral point of view. And first of all, we'll talk to Tommy Stephenson, St. Paul's manager. Tommy, it was all about getting 2 points in a real tough derby.
Yes, absolutely. That keeps the pressure on Mullabone. But we knew today that it was going to be a tough game. But we knew we could also win it because we beat, obviously, Clan Gael down there. Yes, Clan Gael missed a few chances there, but look, local derbies are always going to be like that. They're always going to be tight, and we're just happy to come out the right side of it.
Tommy, just before we talk about the football, the pitch is fantastic here. You know, the ground staff and all made some, even with the rain.
Yeah, well, that's the ground staff. They're never off it. It's cut 3 times a week, and it's a credit to them and all the support and the people within the estate that helps out around the club, not just the ground, you know. So it's a credit to all them guys. Like, and it's only a privilege and a pleasure to play in that type of service every week.
Yeah. Ironically, like maybe you could win the league or finish second, but you went and beat Mullabone away, which is probably one of the victories of the season, you know. So what was that like, going away and beating them and then coming back and doing this here today?
Well, sometimes when you're training, you're training lads, or 30 lads, 25, 30 lads, and they train hard and they play hard and they play the system. And then sometimes when the game starts and the pressure's on, sometimes it goes out of their heads. But we played that day, everything clicked in place, like in Mullabone. Mullabone's a good side. They're a running team, they're a fast team, they're a fit team, but we just stuck to the plan. And when you keep hear the coaches saying there, stick to the plan, stick to what you've been told. If you get the basics right 100% of the time, more than likely you'll win the game.
Yeah. Come back in a second, Tommy. Michael, Clan Gael manager for 3 years there.
Yes.
They've vastly improved. I mean, the 12 ways out today, you know, honestly, they had a chance to win the match. So Paul's got the goal at crucial times, but Clans have come on a mile, have they?
Well, on league form alone, Eugene, it's fairly similar to last year. Now, I think if Clans win their last match, they'll finish on, correct me if I'm wrong, 17 points, is that right? And that's exactly what they finished on last year, so it's sort of similar. Just on today's game, I think it was a big game for the Clans. They wanted to maybe try and exact a bit of revenge from the earlier defeat in the year, but also, you know, going to try and solidify second place in the league. It was a big game for the Clans and St. Paul's. Irrespective of the league though, it's the time of year when you're really looking to see everything kick into place. All the training and all is sort of oriented about picking now going into the championship, which is just on the horizon. The game itself didn't let anybody down in terms of the intensity of it. Both sets of players were going for it. You could tell it was important to them. You know, it was keenly contested, and there was a point in at the end of St. Paul's, and that's just the way it goes. The goals were crucial. From a Clan Gael point of view, I think they were preventable, which will be disappointing to the lads. But when you've got the threat of running in those conditions, I mean, he's always going to carry that threat. He's always going to, you know, be hard, a tricky customer, you know, to contain, and particularly when they did get a couple of goals. I mean, it becomes more nervy then when the balls are going in, because they've already got a bit of success, so it even becomes more nervy for defenders. I know that myself. You know, but fair play to St. Paul's, a great win. It sets them up nicely for, you know, the end of the league, and more importantly the championship.
Okay, I'll go back to Tommy and your shot, Michael, in a wee second. Seamus, these leagues are mental, to be honest with you. You've got the Sarsfield struggling there trying to avoid, and you've got Murray at the win. They've won the league with 2 matches to play still. Cross are keeping their powder dry. Clan earned a lot of boys in America, so it's all to play for towards now the end of the season.
Absolutely, it's so much interest in all those leagues. So the competitiveness is amazing. As for Macquarie, well, they're home and dry, I think. Yeah. Clan earned big loss down the spine, lost 3 or 4 key players, crucial players. So that's going to have an impact on the Pearso game. I fancy them against Alec but they play Pearso away in 2 weeks' time. That'll have a huge impact.
Well, they'll come back for the championship, obviously.
They will be back. They will be back, and they need them badly, you know. So, in that respect, it's good for the club, Clonard, too.
As far as the game's concerned today, Seamus, nip and tuck derby, as you know, but St. Paul's just done enough to get over the line in difficult conditions. Yeah,
Tommy's expressed his views, which are very interesting, as has Michael. I thought that starting off had a big say in the game, to be quite frank. It could have maybe made the difference at the end, arguably. 2 very evenly matched teams, 2 very good sides, and brilliant for Lurgan club football. I respect the fact whatever division they're in. Marvellous game.
And a good crowd, Seamus, as well.
Great crowd, great atmosphere, and a lot of interest.
Okay. Tommy, just back to you for a wee second. The boys look pretty fit. I know you took the team at the start of the year. There was a few defeats and stuff, but you pulled them back. You know, basically, are you ready to go up? I mean, have you got that wee bit of a backup on the bench and stuff? I know you young Arn on there got a point.
Yeah.
And are you ready for that next step?
Yeah, probably it's the first time ever that St. Paul's have had maybe 5 or 6 players that's not as good as the boys. Every club has 4 or 5. The big clubs have maybe 6 or 8. but that's the first time St. Paul's have 6 or 7 players that we can play in any position. That we can fill cornerbacks, we can fill halfbacks, we can fill midfield. And Andy just adds to that. He was advised to play a half a day. He done that by the Armagh physio, so we took it. We played him, and he just tightened up in the end. But absolutely, we'd be ready to go up. You know, you see the teams is up there. If we stick to the systems and stick to the basics and listen to what you've been told, then we wouldn't be far away from 1B teams.
Right, you've come back from the Ultimate Hell week, obviously, and more than a week with your TV programme and stuff, so you're glad to get back to St. Paul's. You know, basically it's going to be a hard end of the season for you.
Yeah, well, when I was away, there was actually a couple of weekends as well, but we have a great backroom team there, the boys, and we just plan the sessions and get the thing done, and get the lads in training. The confidence is good, and the most important thing, the lads are happy. And for me, for their mental health and their physical well-being, that's the most important thing for any football club, that boys want to come to training. They're not being slogged. They're working hard to get a break. They work hard and get a break. But the balance between mental health and physical activity, sure, we all need to be involved in it.
Excellent. Michael, Clann Gael youth teams, you know, obviously they've been through that wee barn spell from the 70s into the 90s when they won the championships. They won the field of this year in Armagh, right?
First time ever, as far
And
as
there's a lot of work going on youth level with Dermot and Paul O'Hagan, like yourself and stuff. I mean, are Clann Gael ready to turn a corner? I mean, they are improving.
Well, you hope so. I mean, that's very much the intention. Our underage teams for the first time, I think in about 15 years, are all competing in 1A divisions, which is a massive step forward, you know, to be competing against the best teams in the county at every level. Not just competing, but they're doing well in several of the leagues. And there's a great sort of development of youth coming through, you know, sort of at the one time, which is, as you said quite correctly, a testament to all the effort that was put in, maybe going back 10 years with the likes of Dermot and Paul and many others. And we're starting to see not fruition really yet, but sort of signs that it is going to be a success and signs of progress. This is the first year that I've been involved with the minors, having stepped down from the seniors, and the first thing that I noticed, which was great, was the change in attitude that's coming through with the young ones. The attitude that some of the young lads is just fantastic. You know, they just want to play, they want to train, they want to be committed. You know what I mean? A real joy to work with, and hopefully that continues.
Brilliant, thank you. Seamus, just a wee bit controversial here, if you don't mind. Clonard are always waiting for another team coming through. Is that been disrespectful to them? There's always a new set of players coming over the horizon. Do you think that these boys that are here should maybe grasp the net and say, look, it's about us? I mean, should you always wait for a new team? I mean, I'm not being controversial about it, but
I know it's I know, to be quite frank, I know it's cliche ridden, but the average age of that team, I reckon it's about 20 and a half, 20.6 years. So I think they will come through with more conditioning, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. I'm not being naive now. I know they need to get a really well conditioned over the next couple of years, and that hopefully will help them re-emerge, you know.
Excellent. Tommy, coming up to the championship, where do you go? Do you step up your training levels? Do you take things the way they are? Are you going to do sharpness work, or what are you for doing?
Yeah. Well, it's like everything. I try to do things different than everybody else. You know, every 4 or 5 sessions, you give them a session off. You tax boys and give them nights off, family men and stuff like that. But I don't think it's being done enough at clubs where you say to a lad, look, you have a family, or take a night off, or you have a wee injury, or rest tonight. You know, some coaches and managers and trainers want everybody there and slogging them. I don't believe in that. I believe in giving boys time off. I believe in resting boys and including everybody. You know, we have young lads who haven't missed a session and they're nowhere near the team. But for me, that tells a sign that they're enjoying it. They want to be involved in St. Paul's regardless. And if we have a good run in the championship, they'll be part of that. And if there's success, then they'll be part of it as well. So.
Excellent. Tommy, thank you. Michael, thanks very much. And Seamus,
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Right, good luck, Tommy.
Good luck, Tommy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.